Greetings, Star Warrior.
Welcome to the Outer Rim. On Monday, I put J.J. Abrams on blast. On Tuesday, I put A Perfect Nobody on blast. And today, I'm going to put someone in between the two of them on blast, I think. I haven't read this entire article, but it does sound like a stupid one. So, it's entitled, In the Aftermath of Tragedy, Generation Ray is showing why it's their time to lead. I have no idea what the tragedy is. I find it hilarious that we're entitling this generation Generation Ray. We could be titling it Generation Wonder Woman, but no. It's got to be Generation Ray. Let's jump into this. Fictional characters matter to the real world. And in this current moment, these heroes are inspiring a new generation of kids to lead. Well, let's find out how. In the weeks following the release of The Last Jedi, I saw too many posts tearing apart how the film depicted Luke Skywalker as a failure. It depicted him as a loser. This was the man who helped destroy the Empire and defeated its two Sith leaders, and in his later years he'd failed to prevent the rise of the First Order and the corruption of his own nephew. He helped the rise of the First Order. And he helped corrupt his own nephew. To some who grew up idolizing Luke, this seemed an unforgivable character assassination and an implausible series of developments. The story turned Luke Skywalker into a homicidal potential kinslayer. I mean, he deserved to be in a straitjacket and thrown into a padded cell. So yeah, there was some uproar over that. I disagreed. In red font. Everyone knows that red font means you're correct. I look around at the world today and I wonder, is it really? That reminds me of the William Shatner commercial. Does anyone really know? So let's find out why this guy believes that he's correct. My generation grew up believing that the Nazis were fully vanquished in World War II and that the most bigotry and white supremacist groups faded into obscurity sometime after the Civil Rights Movement. So basically he's right because Nazis exist. Let's go on and see what he says next. We were sure we'd never have to worry about them again. For wiser generations, i.e. ours, would grow up knowing this stuff was wrong. You can't totally destroy racism, but what was left of it seems disorganized and isolated. These were the unequivocal bad guys of the history books and cinema. Who on earth would emulate them? Then an organized anti-feminist campaign against women in the gaming world showed us these misogynist punks had been congregating and collaborating. And then the election of Donald Trump, with a lot of support from newly visible anti-Semites, showed us that this Nazi scum had been here all along, just waiting for its chance to show itself. So this guy is correct because Nazis exist and Donald Trump is the president. That's basically what he's getting at. You guys, I don't know if this will come to anyone as a surprise, but I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton either, but I didn't vote for Donald Trump. And I am not a white man. Now, I never revealed this in the past because I didn't think my political leanings or my race should matter in this discussion one bit. But people are so stupid that they're actually making this matter. And I guess now would be a good time to give a shout out to one of my friends I've made on Twitter and on YouTube, Abu Nas. Abu Nas has his own YouTube channel. I will link it in the description below, but he is not a white man either. By some inconceivable twist of fate, he has come to love white characters. And he hates The Last Jedi every bit as much as I do. Okay, he's got a great YouTube channel where he basically puts the smack down on these guys hard with his music, with his words, and I would suggest that everyone go over to his channel and check him out. Also, another shout out I want to give. Stephanie Janisek. She also has a great YouTube channel where she is literally slaying these guys. J.J. Abrams, Ryan Johnson. I love the way she does it. Go check her out. I will link her in the description box below as well. But she is not a man, if you can't tell from the name. But she still hates The Last Jedi. Trump, Nazis, misogynists. These people have nothing to do with The Last Jedi being a terrible movie, being a movie that crapped all over Star Wars. They've got nothing to do with it. In my younger days, I've been involved in race wars before. Okay, and I wasn't on the side of white supremacists. So I have to wonder if the person writing this article has ever been punched in the face by a white supremacist, because I have. And I'm willing to bet that my experience fighting white supremacy is far beyond this person's. To me, they're just blowing smoke. I mentioned my friend Abu Nas earlier, and he's not a white man, of course, I mentioned that already. But when you listen to him talk about Luke Skywalker / Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher / Princess Leia, if you took the narrative of the person writing this article seriously, you would think that Abu Nas just had to be a white guy for loving white characters. You know? Stephanie Janisek. You would think that she was a white man for the way she talks about Han Solo. I mean, clearly only men are allowed to love male characters. Why does everyone have to be a Nazi sympathizer if they hate the new Star Wars movies? Why does everyone have to be a sexist, misogynist pig if they hate these new Star Wars movies? I've bled for civil rights and equality, you know? I am a feminist. To me, the word means equality. You can use the word egalitarian to describe me. You can use the word feminist to describe me. It doesn't really even matter to me what word you use. But basically, as far as I'm concerned, if you're talking about a word that means that everyone should be treated equally, that's me. But when I say equally, I mean exactly that, equally. If my wife divorces me, she shouldn't be entitled to break my bank simply because she's a woman. If she divorces me, she shouldn't be entitled to automatic custody of my kids. But she is entitled to equal pay in the workplace and fair treatment in the workplace as well. So, you know, things should balance out as far as I'm concerned. That's the way it should be. That's an equal world to me as far as I'm concerned. But all this talk about civil rights has nothing to do with whether or not fiction is good. But let's get back to the reading, because I've completely lost my place. So I'm just going to start at a new paragraph. To further that reading, let's remember that the storyline of the new trilogy so far has been that the new generation seeks out the heroes of old. Ah, wow. Okay, Rey sought out Luke Skywalker, and then she beat the fuck out of Luke Skywalker and told him he was useless, and basically because he was useless. Though Han Solo is pulled into this fight reluctantly, it is not his battle to win. Jesus. He can only do so much, and Luke is responsible for so much of the current situation. He's responsible for making the current situation worse, both through inaction and action. That he's incapable of truly clearing the slate. I fail to see how this is helping your argument. Also, the Leia is the inspiration behind the Resistance. I feel like even had Carrie Fisher lived to make Episode 9, the message there would have involved her passing the baton to the new generation. Here's the problem, dude. The new generation, we're expected that the new generation is supposed to become leaders by being given everything and earning nothing. If this is the future of cinema, count me out. I can't express how much I freaking love Ellen Ripley. A white woman, go figure. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that she wasn't born a badass. I saw the progression. I watched her become a badass. But, I mean, after reading this article, or enough of it, I can be fairly certain that the person writing the article doesn't know who Ellen Ripley is. There's no way you could use Ellen Ripley and Rey in the same sentence and draw the conclusion that Rey is a good character. Statistically speaking, almost no one is afraid of strong female characters. They want the freaking characters to be good. That's it. You can probably tell I don't like talking about this race and sexist BS on my channel. I'm having a really hard time getting through this stupid article, but I will leave a link to it in the description box below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, if you're listening, you are the new rebellion. 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 You are the new rebellion.